All right. Neko. All right. Just figured I'd start off the video with a weird moment. Okay, so anyway, so you know what? Like when it comes to Masterful Cat, y'all, like I'm having trouble, kind of like not formulating, but just kind of going through like physical thoughts. Like, at the end of the day, the Masterful Cat is what I've said it is, which is just a very lighthearted, story that's told in different storyboards, essentially. And what it does is it takes us through a journey that's kind of set in like A, B, and C. Sometimes it has D. And episode number 10 kind of forewent that, or normally you say forego, but it forewent that as instead of the normal cadence of A, B, C, maybe D when it tells its storytelling, this one just had one story, which was Saku going on a trip, which was a work trip, which is something that she hasn't done, per her words, this episode since high school. Essentially, in Japan, they have a very normal thing to where they go on a trip yearly, and they typically, if they live in Tokyo, they'll go to Okinawa. If they live in Okinawa, they'll go to Tokyo, or they'll go to some other place that has like some kind of historical value or something really cool. Sometimes they'll go off country. And again, all these speculations are based on the things that anime have given us. These are the things that have happened within the anime world, not necessarily real life. I don't know if most stuff in anime is based off real life, but then it's kind of exaggerated a bit. So anyway, so she went on her work trip, which is really cool. It's like, yo, I want to take a freaking a work trip that's normal, you know what I mean? Like I this year I got to go on a work trip. Actually, as the words left my mouth, I went, I did that this year. But like one that's actually like like it's not like a rewarding thing. It's just like a normal thing the company does for all of its people. And I was like, I would love that. The one thing that I think separates the show really is, I think I said this in the first like 2 or 3 episodes of the show, it's like this is the anime for old people for sure. Like you think through the shows that is centered for like definitely 100% adults, this is a show that I can imagine either you really like cute fluffy cats, or you're a little bit older and you can see yourself in Saku, you know what I mean, like drinking, not be able to handle your liquor no more, working, and finding that hey, coming home to your cat is kind of like the highlight of your day. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, this is definitely, like, the working man's, working woman's, like, type of show. Again, doesn't mean that someone younger can't really enjoy the show. It's just one of those things that you can see this kind of, like, engaging more with an older audience. Outside of that, though, I feel like after episode number 5, some of the specialness that the show had kind of lost its luster. And because of that, we're just kind of in this, like, little, like, it delivers. It delivers a 7 out of 10 every episode. Like, it doesn't go above that. It doesn't go below that. It just kind of delivers a 7 out of 10. Some episodes, at least recently, have delivered some more funnies. Some things that you're going to find a little bit more funny than the other episodes. Just depends on, what your humor is. For me, this episode, right, like, I liked how 𝐜𝐴𝐽 was basically like handed like a beer by the people at the grocery store. I thought that was really like a really funny moment. I like Saku's freak out, when she ends up calling her cat and her coworkers were freaking out that like, she's too drunk right now. She's calling her freaking ass cat. I like how Saku ended up getting all emotional because he started purring. 𝐜𝐴𝐽 started purring. I found it really funny when she got carried, like princess carried by her boss into her room. But before he ended up princess carrying her, he did try and like just normal, I'll just kind of like, I'll throw her a shoulder or something. But because like she was falling apart and like just a mess, he ended up having a princess carry her. So that was a pretty funny thing. But kind of before those moments, like, the rest of the show was just kind of like showcasing us 𝐜𝐴𝐽's stress over being alone, and Saku not be there. But the reality is she tends to work, at least per what the show's displaying to us. It seems like she works 10, 12-hour days at work. So for the most part, she's kind of like gone 50% of the day, if not a little bit more anyway. So this is just kind of a standard day. The only thing is like a mental game knowing that she's not at work. She's like on this trip. But, you know, episode number 10 was fine. It was a good episode. It had a couple of high moments. You know what I mean? I think I told you guys what I liked about the episode. Prior to that, nothing else really like stuck with me, you know. Yeah, so those are really my thoughts. Like, I think this one's getting harder and harder to review just because it's providing a pretty par for the course experience, and I think that's what we're gonna end with as well too. But overall, I do love the anime. I think it's really cute. It's enjoyable to watch, and it does have its highs, and I do appreciate that. And I appreciate how it's more adult centric as well too. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys next week for the last couple episodes. All right, peace.